The biggest takeaway for me is we've had a great week of practice. Now, we all live in hope that we come out and perform the way we practice this week. But what I do know is if we continue to practice the way we have since I've taken over this job, we'll be a good team at some stage. So for me, it's our continued work every day, and that gets rewarded. It gets rewarded in sport, it gets rewarded in life. So that's just my takeaway from it all. Can you have better purpose and intent to what you're doing? Can you learn about each other? Absolutely.
You're in a unique position with a lot of the guys being new and yourself being new as well. So the really tough conversations to be held at this point of the year after a big loss. How's everyone taken having to say those sorts of things and receive those sorts of things?
Well, I think at the end of the day, you always know whether you did a good job or you didn't. So when someone else tells you, it shouldn't be a surprise if you do a great job of self-evaluation. And I would say about this group, we're pretty understanding of each other's strengths. You know, we got a veteran group, so when you're 30 plus years old, I think you have a pretty good understanding of who you are and what your strengths and weaknesses are. So that's for us. Now, look, we played well for 3 games at the start of the season. We've lost a couple. Now we have a bit of collage of data and information of what we do good when we win and what we do poorly when we lose, and there's starting to become some trends with that.
Just on those trends, what are some of the things you guys picked up that can be improved?
Yeah, like defensively, like our ball pressure and our disruption is, not been at the level the last couple games. And I could bamboozle you with all the analytics, but there's enough stuff there to show that when we're aggressive and have good ball pressure and our bigs are active, like we're the best in the competition at that. We certainly didn't do that against Tassie, and you saw the disparity in the scoreboard with that.
Would you say that, have you got the same expectations? You just spoke about the bigs there, but even the small guys, I think Corey might have got called out for maybe not putting his body on the line for one occasion. You've probably got the same expectation for them as far as defensive effort as well.
Oh no, like it's when you watch film, it all works with each other. If the guards like a Mitch Norton or a Zuni can't put in ball pressure in the backcourt, it just trickles down. So everyone has their role and their job to do. When you get beat like that, it really highlights when we're not on that level that we need to be, that we're an average team.
I think after the game, Mitch once said that just taking some time is important rather than just kind of analysing it right then and there where there's full of emotion.
Yeah.
How did you get the guys kind of moving on, taking what they needed out of it and then getting back out on the floor?
You look, when we got back into it Monday, my own approach is you got to simplify, because it's easy to look at a million different things. When we were winning, we weren't looking at a million different things. You're always just trying to get that little bit better. So if we can restore and get better in like the ball pressure and our communication and sharing the ball, like offensively, we've had double-figure turnovers the last couple of games, where before that we had games where we had 7. So it's amazing when your defense is lacking, your offense doesn't work quite the same, and vice versa. So just making sure we address those things and we understand the importance of doing those little things at a high level. And that's what Tasmania does. That's why they're a good team. That's why they went to the grand final last year.
How much do you read into your old teammate Corey Williams' comments? He said flat out embarrassing, and then also I think later on he said that he backed you in to win the title and now nowhere near it.
That's fine. Corey's allowed his opinions, and I don't think anyone in the locker room was happy with the way that we played. So he's entitled to his opinion.
Probably know him better than most anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you been impressed with the players' ability to turn around this week and take a good approach to training given loss?
Yeah, look, I think that's a good thing, and that's why at the start of this I said, I can't really tell you how we'll play tomorrow. Does practice indicate that we should be performing at a good level tomorrow night? Absolutely. But our consistency is what's going to win out at the end of the day. And I can't harp on it enough. That's life. If you live a consistent life, you're going to get good results from it.
You're going to be consistently playing for the next 9 days. You've got 4 games and 3 flights in 9 days. Like, it's a brutal schedule. How do you approach that from a physical standpoint to keep these guys able to get going?
Yeah, look, you can say it's brutal. I look at it the other way and go, look, we can get in a great rhythm. We got a veteran team, they enjoy playing the games, the competitive nature of a game. So putting ourselves in that situation, I think, will help us find a rhythm, consistency. We got numbers back at practice. So I look at it as a great situation for us to head into the FIBA break with good momentum as a team.
Will you get to practice much at all with that sort of thing, or is what you've had to do this week, is that pretty much all the practice you'll be doing for the next week?
No, look, we're always going to get some type of practice in. You know, you can say travel and everything, but when you're an athlete, your body gets to a certain level, and if you kind of take time off because you worry about the travel and the games, I think there's too many side effects from taking a relaxed approach to that.
What do you make of Phoenix as well?
Oh, look, Phoenix has got some of their, you know, higher profile players back. I think maybe the most experienced NBA level roster in the NBL. Now they're a little like us. They've had different guys coming in and out, so they're figuring out who they are. But from a talent standpoint, they're very dangerous.
Just on say figuring out who they are, I think Sean Thomas said that still kind of trying to get back to that identity as coach. Where do you see Wildcats' identity at?
Oh, look, our identity is going to start with our defensive aggressiveness. You know, that's what lays the foundation for everything. We have a potent offensive team when our defense is right.
He also mentioned getting back to being that team that everyone's afraid of. Do you guys talk about that as change rooms and before games?
No, look, like, do you small talk or bring it up every now and then? But is it a consistent message? No, because for me, the consistent message is every day in the practice, because that's where you start to figure that out. That's where you get your confidence from. That's where you get your daily habits from.